Funny enough, here's this. I've never been so self-conscious in my life.
Okay.
And I was never self-conscious when I was 142 kilogram.
100 and what?
Yeah, you heard me. You heard me. It's digital scale. It's less say 120. Siyaphela. So I needed such city. Digital. When I was that I was the life of the party. I would walk into a room and I would fill it up. And abanye abantu bathi, oh, did you do that because you were maybe trying to deflate? No, yeah. I felt larger than life.
Okay.
I felt like this is my vibe. This is eyam lomhlaba, you know. Who is Zulsam? Ngisekhezeren. Eyam lomhlaba. Yeah, no.
So there are aspects of my life that I will never reveal. That are between myself, my family,
and we became
and
who we are because of that past and that history. We became strong women because we know who we are.
Our fundis and all of that. I mean, I heard the audible voice of God.
It wasn't a decision.
On the third day.
that one, yeah.
Like Christ himself.
What was that about?
I don't even
so
know.
You can't just trust the person who was able to initiate a relationship with your husband knowingly and trust them with your life, with your kid.
A fancy restaurant in a beautiful place in South Africa, and he left you with
Love them foods, babe. He's not circumcised.
I meant our sex.
Our sex. Meaning I already do it.
Yes.
Will it marry what you say you're doing? Which
The show is Engineer Your Life, and I'm Lungelo KM. It's another beautiful episode in our lovely garden. Today's episode is quite interesting because the person I have on the show is somebody who's usually on this side of the microphone, on this side of the camera, but it's beautiful to have an opportunity to learn about people who have done this for long and many years, who are seasoned broadcasters. MaBlerh, how are you?
How old do you think I am?
I'm seasoned.
No. How old do you think I am? No, I'm good.
Are you well?
You know.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chill, hang out, doing podcasts.
How many of these have you done?
How many?
Podcasts.
I think I've only done 2.
2?
Yeah, 2.
So it's a fair run.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I avoid podcasts.
Specifically?
People get too comfortable.
They do.
And they forget that there's a camera. And I'm always just like,
I don't know what the psyche of podcasts. I was speaking to a friend, Oguti. It's starting to feel like people are using me as their therapist, which is weird because there's a camera here, guys.
That's why I don't know why people get on podcasts and they literally forget that they pour and you just like, you know, this is going to live on the internet forever, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But
perhaps they feel as if my journey is relevant to somebody else in such a deep way that it heals them too. I don't know.
What is your journey?
Ne?
What is your journey?
That person's journey.
No,
like,
what is your journey?
I still an interview.
I'm not interviewing you. I'm just like, what are you? Okay, you always say, people come here and you become their therapist. And I'm just like, let me give you at least maybe 5 minutes of somebody asking, how are you?
I go to mine every month. My therapist, thank you.
How
in a closed room with no cameras.
Oh, okay. So send me when you come on this podcast, it's a trick. But it's fine. Okay, yeah.
Are there moments in your life where you ever felt like your name Blessing, you're not living up to it?
There's never been that in my life because of the fact that I live intentionally.
Okay.
So I wake up every day. You know, Miss Kuluma, if you go on my Twitter, I write there, we are all about kindness. I obviously ngumuntu, and we falter, we make mistakes. But the thing about it is choosing. Like where you encounter a moment, and in that moment you go, I can be kind in this moment. So because I'm that type of person, even though, as I said, I have my days, I have my moments that I'm not proud of. But it is intentional to be a blessing unto others.
Have you ever felt like, though, like life itself and on what's happening is not being a blessing towards you, and be like, whew, because I'm blessing, Pela, bless.
we in this time ne manifesta.
Okay.
Everybody's manifesting 11/11 wonke umuntu uyabhala and whatever. And I realized ukuthi part of manifesting is letting go. Which is the one thing that a lot of people actually don't do when they manifest. So you put all of these things out and you say, this is what I want. I'm putting it out to the universe. I'm putting it out to God. I'm putting it out to my ancestors, whatever it is. But there's an element of not letting go. And so I've learned to let go. So whenever ngibona izinto ngithi, oh, okay, we're turning left here. I'm not in control of my life.
How do I let go of my dreams, though, MaBlerh? Because I fully agree with you, actually, in what you're saying is that we hold on too much or too long because we want to exert control over situations. But how do I let go? Because I know with myself, I feel like I want to have a solution, an answer to most things. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to feel like, yo,
let me tell you this. So a lot of people believe in you create your own destiny and you have to. Mina, I don't believe in that. Literally, Mina, I'm on a ride. I don't even have a manager, by the way. Akekho umuntu ohamba yomfunela amagigi and whatever. Literally ngiyahlala mina ngithola phone call ethi sicela uzosebenza ngihambe ngiyosebenza. Maybe I could be further in life if mhlambe ngilo muntu who's hands on, but I'm comfortable in the fact that's why I'm never involved in the politics. Zonke lezi zinto that people say beyaxabana balwela imisebenzi sekude, I'm never involved in that. Mina ngiyafonelwa ngifike ngihambe ngiyosebenza ngibuye ngisendlini. So as I say, mina ngiphila leyo mpilo yokuthi God is in control, and lo nkulunkulu lo engithi is in control in my life is the one that has never failed me. So that's my life. And I'm sure somebody is watching right now going, well, Slim, you know what? I'm good with that. Listen, ezami izinto fast track wa mama, ezami izinto fast track wa with my belief system. You know, in its entirety. So that
which is what?
I believe ukuthi kunonkulunkulu, and I believe that I've got guides and ancestors that walk with me.
Sure.
You know, I believe that angedwa. That's what I believe in. But I do put unkulunkulu ngimnika indawo yakhe.
Yeah. And how do you communicate to these people in their hierarchy? Ancestors in the other sense and God in his...
Funny enough, mina bonke bahlangana emthandazweni owodwa.
Yeah.
And kunalento yokuthi when people don't understand African spirituality bayitshela ukuthi uyakhonza. No, I'm not. In fact, uyacela uNkulunkulu ukuthi akukadele labantu. You know, akukadele your angels that walk with you. So that's my belief system.
Sure, it's I love that, because how is that there's a certain faction of people who suddenly believe that either your mother or your grandmother or your late grandfather, whom you lived a good life with, a full life with, how do they suddenly become a demon?
Lele, you see, when it comes to religion, nginento eyodwa, yabo lento ekusebenzelayo ihlala kuyona. Yabo le ekusebenzelayo lenza sure ukuthi uphila impilo right and you are fulfilled spiritually. Hlala kuyona. So I never have a comment on omunye umuntu. Mina, it's what I believe in, and I always say ukuthi ungabi a comment in what I believe in. Yabo ngifana with people who are Bible bashers.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okwakho lokho. If you believe, that's your God. And it's okay because our gods are not the same.
Okay.
You know? Because mina khona umuntu engingizoshumayela and I go, that's not my God. I don't have that relationship with God. And I think a lot of people need to tailor-make their relationships noNkulunkulu and just go, this is who I believe in, and uyeke omunye umuntu. Because here's another thing engingixaka. In lendaba le yokuya ezulwini nokuya esikogweni nani angaze ngizokuthiwa khishwa ama tags like khona ama +1s. So why are you so involved in why are you recruiting? And it's not like mhlambe it's a pyramid scheme where like you're going to be in VIP because you recruited like 5 people. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never heard of that part. So whenever somebody is so aggressive and recruiting and I'm like, what is the point? Like, yini le uzoyithola? Like, it's what, are you going to be a 5-star member? Uzobukuya nit section yaseZuluwini, where you just live your life and leave other people alone. That's my thing.
Why, moving on from spirituality, why was it so important for you to go through such a vigorous weight loss journey that you went through?
Wow. Wait.
Yes.
How do we move from spirituality?
See, all corners of life.
It was vanity.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
I love that you're being honest, because bazotabantu physical health.
No. It was vanity.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? If I lost weight, I'd really look good.
Yeah.
Literally, it was vanity. You know, angifuni ukwenza lento yabantu umuntu umfice ku Instagram aposte isithombe and you just like, there's this photo and this caption have nothing to do with each other. You felt cute and you posted a picture.
Vainly so.
Vainly so.
Yeah.
Instagram is a magazine.
Full on vanity.
Nobody wants to see the real you on Instagram. It's like how when you look at a cover of a magazine, you don't want to see the real person without makeup. You just don't. Nobody's there for it. Atumutu, you look so, you look filtered. What? Yeah, now akhona awethu sonke lama filter. Faka now. Faka now enza. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Instagram is vanity. Mina, I did it. It was at the top of my list. It was vanity. And then when I went into the journey, it then became about the fact that I liked how I felt.
Okay.
You know, then the health part came in, where I'm just like, oh, actually, I was unhealthy. I felt like I was healthy, but I was unhealthy. And how do we then maintain this? And that's when I saw izinto efana ukuthi ngihlukane nazo and ngahlukana nalezo zinto. And then it turned out ukuthi mengihlukana nalezo zinto, they actually were impacting on the aging process. I saw myself look younger due to the changes that I did in terms of my lifestyle. So yeah.
Would you say then you were also socialized to be a victim of fat phobia, hence the vanity?
Not really.
Like you looked in the mirror and you didn't like a fat person?
No. Funny enough, here's this. I've never been so self-conscious in my life.
Okay.
And I was never self-conscious when I was 142 kilograms.
100 and what?
Yeah, you heard me. You heard me. It's digital scale. Angithi lesi sigcina ku 120. Siyaphela. So I needed sithi kudingeka lesi digital ukuthi when I was that I was the life of the party. I would walk into a room and I would fill it up. And abanye abantu bathi, "Oh, did you do that because you were maybe trying to deflate?" No, I felt larger than life.
Okay.
I felt like this is my vibe. This is eyam lomhlaba, you know. Oh, isiZulu sami ngiseKZN. Eyam lomhlaba. Yeah, no. But I felt like I owned the space. And then when I lost the weight, a lot of my personality went with it. So now I walk into the room and I want to blend the wall.
For some reason, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, even online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk into a room and I don't want to get social anxiety. All of a sudden, I never had social anxiety. Bengena mina ephathini ngingazi umuntu. By the time ngiphuma ngizobe sengazi wonke umuntu. But now I'm just like, ish. And then I start going now sengikwazi ukuthi if I could work on that, if I must focus on this, I must focus on that, I must focus on that, which are things that I never worried about.
So it's actually introduced new layers of, I don't want to use insecurity, but things inagayo.
Yeah, nginagayo. When now I walk into a room and ngicabanga do I want to be here? How do I look? I never cared how I look. I never cared how I looked.
Yeah.
Now I do. So it's been a very weird journey for me because I felt even my friends would go, "Usuyabhora." I was always out and about. The bigger me was you know. Now I'm just like, yazi khona la ngiye ngigqoke khona. Ngigqoke ngiqede. Ngihlale ku sofa and go, nah. Angisai. Yeah. That's who I am.
Yeah.
Have you ever gained weight?
Vanity. I love that we now open about vanity.
Have you ever gained weight?
I'm so vain that I've eating to 3 kg. My trainer, we need to push harder. That's how vain I am. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So, you see, I made you own up. You see, it's a safe space.
It's a safe space.
It's a safe space. I made you own up to it.
The move to Joburg was when?
The move to Joburg was 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2008.
I want to bring context to this because a lot of people find it necessary to move to Joburg to broaden their horizon. And I know yours wasn't necessarily for entertainment and media. You went into corporate.
No. I was in corporate when I was in Durban.
Oh, you were in corporate and then you left for?
I left for.
Okay.
No. So here's the thing.
Yeah, it has.
Here's the thing. So corporate Durban, and then
doing well.
No, I was not gonna survive corporate.
Okay.
The job that I was doing, it was menial tasks, like literally menial tasks. Like I remember because I was an assistant manager. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Menial manager. Okay.
No, but it's more of a training position to be the manager. You know what I'm saying? Because you're starting at head office and you're an assistant. You enter as an assistant manager, and it was making sure Uguti, when my boss travels, izinto zakhe are in order, making sure that the paperwork is in order, making sure zonke lezo zinto, because basically you're being trained for that job.
Okay.
You know, and I hated it. I hated it so much that it started impacting on my performance. Which is why ngihlala ngitshela abantu ngithi sometimes you feel useless emsebenzini, and then you see your colleagues and your friends thriving, and then you start questioning your own intellects and competence, and you're just like, what's wrong with me? And the simple answer is you shouldn't be there. You just haven't found that space where, look, ngivukile namhlanje ngilale late, I'm here, I'm talking. People are going to watch this and go, oh my gosh, that guy is amazing. Did he prep for that? I didn't. I just drove in and we sat and we had a conversation, which means that I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Operating in your purpose.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I'm sure with what you do, awudingi to prepare ukuya emsebenzini, umuntu angakufonela ngo-1 ekuseni athi sidinga this thing, you know what I'm saying, and you go ilapha yana, log into that computer, type this, because it's where you are there's a fit. And I found myself space la khona. I was like, because I've always thought I was a smart guy, and then am I not? You know, it got to a point where I was under performance management.
Sure.
I literally, because they were just like, why? And the reason was simple. I hated being there. My favorite part of going to work was driving to work and driving back because I got to play my music in the car.
The things you love
to do. Things I love to do.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Listen to radio and hear broadcasters.
That's what I love to do. So I'd blast my music. Because I used to live in Glenwood. Ngingena freeway. I'm singing along and I get to work and I'm just like, I'm here. Yeah. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. By time 4, I'm out. Because now I'm going to do what I love.
Yeah.
And so I left, went to Joburg. I didn't have a plan.
Is it practical, though, to leave without a plan?
Don't do it.
The reason I ask is because we in South Africa with almost 60% of young people that are unemployed. And those that are employed, I can't believe there's only 40% of us that are employed. But I feel like I'm a misfit. I'm underperforming at work. It's hard. Every day feels like my mental health is just deteriorating. MaBlerh, what do I do? Because I want to leave and I want to host Real Housewives like you.
We are not going to let this space be about dictating or imparting knowledge based on our personal experiences.
Sure.
Okay. Because the one thing that everybody must know is the fact that nobody has it figured out. It's a lie. ngiye ngibabone bemotivate benza yonke leyo nto, and I'm just like, nobody has it figured out.
Yeah.
All of them, it's by chance. They happened to be at the right place and things fell into place. Or they were born into the right family.
Yeah.
Or
That's a big one.
Or banchontile abanye, because people never talk about ukuthi benzeni.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, awusitshele phela ngesikhathi usukhwabanisa. Tell us your full story.
Yeah.
If you're going to use your story to motivate me.
Yeah.
Ungahlali lapha and go, if you work hard, bruh. If people work hard, my mom should be a billionaire.
Yeah.
If work hard makes you get to the very top, then my mom should be a billionaire.
I agree.
Because she worked hard. But it's by chance, dude. It's by design. It's by your belief system. Mina, as I said at the beginning of this podcast, Ngati, I have a belief system. Yoguti, there's a force that's in control in my life, and I follow. At that very moment, something said, pack your bags, go to Joburg.
MaBlerh, speaking of people who have it figured out, what's your perception of people who are strong motivational speakers, hustlers who go online and want to educate the youth, push the youth, and saying they have figured it out? And what's your perception of those people?
Look, I'm not going to tell you what to think of those people, you know? And one thing about me is that I will never knock the hustle. I will never knock the hustle. Njalo the hustler. No.
Yeah.
Listen, if when that's how you make your money, go for it. You know, I'm not going to sit here and knock your hustle. But to me, I am not going to listen to somebody talk about their life experience and then impart it on my life as if that is the blueprint. What you can say, ukuthi mina ngazama lokhu, ngenza lokhu, ekwangilungela, ngicela uzame ubone ukuthi kungakulungela it now. You see, that's speaking the truth. But you saying uma wenza uthi you're a charlatan, uqamba manga. That's exactly what you're doing. Uqamba manga, because that is not going to work out for another person exactly what, unless we are engaging in some criminal activity. Yabona, if you're telling me, yabona, if we go on a Wednesday, siyo ropa lela bank, kuhlale kuno 16 million, mina nga ropa lela bank ngo 2010, kwakuno 16 million in that vault, they deliver on Wednesday. If you go and rob that bank on a Wednesday, kuzobe kuno 16 million. See, now that's advice. That's sound advice. You're not being a charlatan.
Yeah.
But if you work hard and you study this and that, what you'll end up here and whatever. What about the connections that you made? The connections that call you and go, hey, Lungelo, what's up?
Yeah.
I've got this for you.
Yeah.
Am I going to have those connections?
No.
You know, what about your dad who's probably in some top position, who's able to say, no, I think my son can come in there. Interview. Am I going to get your dad?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there are many things that are at play here that people always downplay when they're giving out these advice. And I'm just like, don't do that to abanye abantu. But also, if I lay tuta.
Ne?
Dude, if you are going to allow umuntu ukuthi asayifinish imali yakho kanjalo, hey, look, as I said, I'm not going to knock the hustler.
Funny you mentioned that there's somebody currently in the news who was very big on motivation, and they're currently going through,
Bando?
they siphoned people's money. I mean, come on.
The thing is, can I tell you why
Yeah.
my life is entertaining enough.
Okay.
That's why even look mubheka ku Twitter.
Yeah.
Angikho mina endabeni zabantu, you're not going to see me because I'm busy in my life. Umnandi kunezinto ezingineyinkinga zami efanele, you know what I'm saying, ngibusy. So akungi entertain ukubona omunye umuntu going through it. It's like when somebody's being dragged on Twitter, ubona ukuthi abantu bayajabula, and I'm just like, nah.
Which is very scary. Like ujabulela uthi umunye umuntu igama lakhe licilelwa phansi.
You know what I'm saying? And into abanga understand. Now we're jumping through my topic. Khona into abanga understand abantu abaku social media ukuthi, yes, you will say something about somebody. Kuzo retweeter, kuhlekwe nan. You post a picture or a video or you do whatever. Here's what maturity has taught me. because I've got a brother, I've got a mom, I've got a very close friend. I have got all of these people in my life that I have to now go and answer to.
Yeah.
Because lento isisukile ku Twitter. Usushilo wena kwadlula ngithi kwa retweet kahlekwa nani ithatha igama lomuntu ulidicilile phansi. Sekufanele kube nama family meetings afterwards. Fanele kube nama work meetings afterwards. Ngalendo wena oyishilo wadlula kuyona. And I think abanye abantu don't get that. The gravity of what you are doing.
Yeah.
Ukuthi imagine you say something kuyimanje, like I don't really talk about my personal life, but I'll give you a nugget. Right now, my mom is in hospital, which makes it a very sensitive time for her. Imagine something happens in the media and whatever. She, because she's already in a sensitive space, ashawe heart attack. Usu wena lungelo angithuthile kwahlekwa kwanani mina ngiyangcwaba next week.
Yeah.
Do get that?
And that's not an extreme at all. It happens all the time.
It happens all the time. Yeah. It's not an extreme. Yeah. It's not like I'm thumb sucking something. I'm like, but that's what you are doing. That's what you are doing. And we can't, and then in social media, 1 week, we are being extremely mean. The next week, you're watching the same account. Get depression, and I'm like, so you understand mental health. You understand what is into oyishoyo ngabanye abantu njalo oyisho izinto ezishiwoyo zine effect. Because mina ngiye ngisho ukuthi rather ungishaye than words, because I've mastered the forgiveness part of it, but it's the forgetting part of it. Angikhohlwa mina into eyisho kumina, because that's the power of words. Angikhohlwa into eyisho kumina. I can forgive you for ukungwisa or whatever, because that scar is gonna hit. I can't forget that.
Is the algorithm the problem on social media, or is the algorithm all it's doing is amplifying our vileness as humans? We're just being exposed, Majoguti. We were vile and we just didn't have the platform to expose this vileness, because how are we so happy to have a tweet on 5,000 retweets of a person about maybe their body parts, you know?
People are going through stuff. People are going through a lot, bruh. Abantu are faced with situations that situation and you'd fall apart. Abantu don't have voices at home. Kunabantu othi mekhuluma endlini ngingazwakali ukuthi uyakhuluma. Kunomuntu othi mekhuluma emsebenzini ngezwakala uthi yakhuluma, and everybody wants to be heard. I've learned that through reading. I've heard the one thing that people want as human beings, we just want to be seen, we want to be heard. And uthola there's this space where you are seen and you're heard, whether it's for wrong things or whatever, for being vile, but you're heard. There are people that are logging on to hear what uLungelo has to say. Even though uLungelo ufika la endlini and that uLungelo methi mina ngicabanga to awahle.
But all of a sudden on this device unepower
yokuthi mengikhuluma kuyezwakala. And ayibone le power yokuthi mengikhuluma kuyezwakala. Uthola ukuthi sometimes uzosho something nice.
Akuzwakalanga.
Kuthole ama like how too. I just something horrible about somebody. Controversial. You know? And then umbone uthi okay, usehlezi in this space because this is the only space where I'm heard.
Sure.
You know? Whether uthi mase yolala ayicabange lento ayishilo ukuthi hey, this is not okay. But they're being nourished somehow. So you take what you can. It's like udle iphilisi elizothi. Wait, let me give an example. Imagine udle iphilisi elizothi okay, it's going to be a bad example, but imagine udla umuthi or iphilisi elithi uzothola imali, but your leg won't work.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
You
know, I'll limp through it. I'll limp through the diamond walk section. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're getting nourished somehow with. At least I'm getting this thing that I've yearned for since I was a child or whatever. I'm seen, I'm heard. And then that's where we are.
In the spirit of of social media, and also because it's relative to you, it's in relation to your life and something that means a lot to you. The rest of us heard on social media when your very good friend Akhumzi's passing happened, which it's still something I grapple with. Uguti, when something as tragic as that, the first thing people want to do is jump to social media. Where were you when you heard, and how did you feel when it reached social media?
So, here's the thing. As I said, I'm not in control. He came to my house on Thursday, and he said, I just want us to go for a drive. And I never want to leave the house. Where we going? It was hot. I remember it was hot. And he was like, no, I'm going to pick out an outfit. I'm going to a wedding in the Eastern Cape. And Sahamba, Saya, we went towards Melville. And Safika, I think it was Asanda's house. Yeah, with design studio. Sifike. And siyaxoxa kumnandi. Athi, why ungezinami?
To the wedding, guys. Yeah.
Get me now. I'm going to be busy this weekend. Actually, that's the conversation that we had. Esazong drop her off. Ati, why don't you come with me? And I think back on that conversation, we spoke a lot about our friends and whatever and things, and he spoke a lot about what's going to happen in the future. And all of the things that he said were going to happen, they've all happened, by the way. And he's like, and then, Ati, don't you want to come with me? God, no, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be busy this weekend. So the last thing that I did to my friend was lie to him. As he said that, something said, no, I will up. In that moment.
Yeah.
Because I was doing nothing that weekend. Something said, I will up.
You not being in control.
Not in control.
Yeah.
But Guy Lalela immediately lento isho I will up.
Yeah.
But I no ngipis. And Givuge, because I think I found out on a Saturday. Givuge, I remember we went to my. I was looking for something. Then khona lapha my labenza khona amabhokisi, like ngama khona ngawabuka, like ngawabuka isemini ngawabuka nje ngawabuka.
When you say amabhokisi, you mean coffins?
Coffins, yeah.
Yeah.
Ngawabuka nje ngawabuka. I looked at these coffins and what. Then get emotweni, said driver. Then I get a phone call, Ndambama, unolwazi, nongubeni. And she was very, like, she delivered it as if she's delivering the news, where she didn't want me to ngimbuze mningi. What's MaBlerh? Akhumzi ushonile. And I was like, you know that cling? And I was like, what? Then kwafika Brenda Mtambo, she was distraught. And in that moment, I didn't know what was going on. It didn't make sense to me. You know, I've lost a lot of people in my life. But there was something just different about this one.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. It was just, I didn't know what was happening. And Sahambe, Nkumbula, we all gathered Kubo. And it was just a weird time. People crying and what. Then it got to social media. I actually saw the kindness of Twitter people that day.
Okay.
It was very, I didn't know how loved Akhumzi was on Twitter, but that day everybody was just like, "Ni right."
Yeah.
You know, how are you guys doing? You know, because we had we had a group of friends and it was very public.
Yes.
So everybody gathered around us. And I was like, we can actually be good people. And it was over one or two tweets that were just horrible. And ngawaziba in the greater scheme of things. But when it hit social media that day, I was so glad from what I saw on my side when I logged on. People were actually heartbroken and sad. And yeah, Tina, we were distraught for a while, guys. Like, we were distraught for a while. I can't, I was talking to my brother about it, Izolo, actually. And I was like,
which means it's something you've learned to live with, if it's still something you are talking about.
you know what it is? It's what it came with.
Okay.
It caused a very big shift in my life. I never thought, I saw all of us getting old together. It's the folly of youth. I thought we all had time. And that in that moment it clicked, Uguti, we actually don't. It made me live for now. Maybe I'm overdoing it, but I live for now. I do, as long as it's not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
I do what I need to do when I want to do it, when I want to do it. But can you pause on that? When we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But just remember that part.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that I like, if I've got means for it,
Yeah.
I don't think about tomorrow sobona kusasa. I sobona kusasa. But right now, this is what's gonna make me happy, and I want it.
I think that would make me so paranoid because being trained as an engineer, everything is about numbers and foresight and budgets and project this. You must know what's happening in the next 3 years.
It's fine, guys. It's fine. Ukubona
And iyadliwa imali
oh, so basically pizza, so basically sexy, so ipupudla. I'm telling you that's another scary thing. And right now, I'm sure whoever is into budgeting and accounting and whatever, obviously I'm not living reckless. You know what I'm saying? But there's a part of me that says enjoy what, take it, enjoy it now, enjoy it, have it. You don't know what's going to happen. Just enjoy it.
I think something that just wrecks our brains sometimes also is that uzothi uyabeka, and it doesn't always have to be death. Sometimes you will save, I don't know, a nice car. And then you have a bad month. Maybe you cancel insurance for 6 months. Uyishayisa. Garage all these other months when you had insurance. Now all of a sudden you need to use it. Maybe you're even going to work. You've got a gig.
Which it goes back. See, I love how, you see, this conversation is brilliant because what we're doing is that we keep on going back to nobody knows what we're doing, guys.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what we're doing. We are all winging it. So, what? Also, let's say, manje when busy, you're not living. And by the way, Mina, I live like, mekuthiwa ngino 60 rand, ngiphila impilo wa 10 rand. I'm that person. But yabo lo 10 rand lo. Yabo lo 10 rand lo. Lo 10 rand lo. Sizo enjoy.
Yeah.
Because nami, I always think ukuthi ikusasa, guys. You know what I'm saying? And when I think ikusasa, I'm not talking about 50 years from now. Mengicabanga ikusasa, I'm thinking next week will I be able ukuthi ngiphile? For me, it's about let me just live and ileonto, yabo. Going back to lento ngithe pause it. Ukuthi aniboni. I've got friends, I've got family that I'm close with. Bayabona bona.
The people who actually matter.
Bayabona bona. That's why hamba go Instagram, hamba go Twitter nan. And I'm not in the business of oversharing. I don't know those people. Yes, siyazana ngama handle nan. Angimazi ukuthi yeah, siyazana ngama handle, and we are very cordial because there's a human being behind that account.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, mengase kuthiwa et sihlahla sembuzi ushonile, I'm not going to the funeral.
Yeah.
And probably I'm going to be at a party on that funeral. I am going to tweet, may his soul rest in peace. And I'm going to be sad in that moment because there's a human being that's lost his life. But then, let's be honest. Kunabantu that day, oh my gosh, what a horrible day. He was such a nice guy. Don't tell Savannah. Oh.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To hey machita ish mfethu MaBlerh mfethu ish mfethu awungithelele lapho ish. You know? Baphila basho basebrain bakhuluma ukuthi I'm no longer there. You know what I'm saying? So that for me ngibuke labo bantu and go I'm not going to share parts of my life like that. That is why I go and do interviews. Oh, what do nobody in your life? I'm like, I'm not talking about that. I think what I'm giving you is enough. The fact that if you meet me at a mall and you say hi, I stop, I give you my time because that's a moment for you to engage with me like that. It's sawubona. We even hug. Bangasho. I will hug. It's fine. I'm giving you that moment. By the way, as told you, I've got social anxiety. For me to hug a stranger, it takes a lot out of me. But I do it because in that particular moment, that person is seeing somebody that they love. That person has invited me into their home. And
their personal space.
In their personal space. I owe it to that person. It takes less than a minute to say, how are you? Are you having a good day?
Yeah.
Ngiyabonga. Do you want a hug? Let's hug. Sharp. You know what I'm saying? I'm already giving that part. You don't walk into the mall and start hugging strangers.
No. It's the same concept.
It's the same concept.
Yeah.
I'm giving that part of my life. There are certain parts that I'm not willing to give. My life is not for entertainment.
I love that you say that when I'm MaBlerh, because there is a perception that if you are private, you are not real. Especially if you are private on social media, because there are people who are just private in real life as well. So it doesn't suddenly change because it's social media. And I want to emphasize that there are people who are not private on social media, right? Who have gone and publicized things that are intimate and personal, and have made it the norm. But I'm realizing that many of these people, it has commercial value. So they're actually not even being public, because they're not going to tell you each and every detail. Abanye will fight in public purposefully because they're building a brand.
Thank you.
It's commercial.
Abantu are monetizing it.
Yeah.
Umuntu uyazi ukuthi mengibanika le information izohamba iye to this publication. Me figure in this publication, there's a certain brand that will want to work with me because of this and this and this. Bane plan yakhona. Mina, what I'm not willing to do is to commercialize my personal life. No part of it is going to be commercialized. No, I'm not willing to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm a very sensitive human being. I'm sensitive to words. I'm sensitive to zonke lezo, and that's why sometimes I spend so much time by myself, because I'm because I don't go out and ngiyophula abanye abantu moya, you know. So I'm very guarded about that. I'd rather not talk to you. I'd rather go to how kwenzakalani between the both of you. Angisekho mina kuwena because angifuni umuntu ozongiphula umoya. Because I understand the gravity of it. Because when you show something to me, and then I'm going to be up thinking about what you said for the next 2 days. I'm upset because of what you said. When you've moved on. You know? So I'd rather ngiphume kuleyo nto, ngiphume kubantu abanjalo, and then ngiphume in terms of putting my life out like that. I don't want to.
Yeah.
You know? Like the person I'd post my mom, post my brother, you know, post my friends. Yeah, okay, sharp. Postile, vele. It's kwaziwe home affairs. Okay, these are my people, vele. You know, it's on documents, government documents. That's fine. I can put that out. But I struggle even when I'm on holiday, bruh. Like to post.
Holidays are so sensitive.
I struggle when I'm on holiday to post.
They're a refreshing time for you.
For me.
Yeah.
So I'd post like maybe 2 or 3. And I'm even awkward on my lives, post my stories. That's so awkward for me. Like, I feel like I'm giving way too much of myself. Like I'm like now, camera and I'm just like, hi. I mean, what? It takes a lot out of me. So when you see me post something like that, just know ukuthi ngifenga record delete, delete, and finally I was just like, you know what, screw it here. Yeah. It wasn't easy. And khona abanye abantu it's second nature for them. It's not for me.
Still on the same line of social media and its impact, I perceive you, and not even I perceive, I believe it in my heart, that you are one of the people whose talent has sustained you, right? Nowadays, people are brought onto mainstream broadcasting, TV, radio, because of their social media numbers. Do you think it's positively or negatively affecting the broadcasting industry and its sincerity and what is delivered out there to consumers?
I would just like to make a correction on one thing, and not that I'm downplaying my abilities and what I can do. The one thing that has sustained me is being good to people.
Okay.
That, Yabona, there is greatness in goodness and being kind to other people, just being a nice person. And I say it again, because somebody is probably watching, they're going, but you were mean to me then. I'm like, I'm human. I have moments that are not my best moments. But when somebody comes to me and go, waze wangiphatha kabi lapha na khona into ishilo, I'm not above saying, ngiyaxolisa, how can I make it right?
Yeah.
I'm not above that. Yabona? And probably my younger self was a renegade. Probably had a mouth on me. I said a lot of things. But as human beings, we are allowed to grow and evolve.
Yeah.
And this is who I am now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The person through my experiences, Nabantu. I'm not above me not saying, hey, how can I make it right? I didn't mean it that way.
Sure.
And I'm sorry that you took it that way.
Yeah.
You know? But that was not my intention to hurt you. I'm that person. So through all of those relationships, through walking on set, no matter how menial the job is, no matter how, you're not getting paid the kind of money that you want, walk in, respect everyone on set. Respect the people. I respect journalists. When journalists call me for interviews, it's just going to be a 10-minute interview. Sikhulume ne-hour ne-journalist. Easy phone back. It's ngiyabonga for giving me that time, because those are my colleagues. Incane kabi le industry, bra.
I love that you say that. Abanye abantu baperceive as enemies, labo bantu. Ama colleagues.
No, those are my colleagues.
Yeah.
Those are my colleagues, and I treat them like that. They are doing a job in entertainment. I'm doing a job in entertainment. Our things intersect. U interviewer mina to put me out there and whatever. So ngizomnika that time. You know what I'm saying? So those yabona abantu engaqala nabo. The guy that used to hold the boom mic probably owns an audiovisual company today.
Yeah.
The guy that was a first AD is probably now a director today, or owns a production company.
Yeah.
All of those relationships. That guy that used to be a content producer, is probably head of channel now, or whatever. Those relationships sustain you in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the people. When I say I'm not in control, those are the people that would call and go, MaBlerh, ngithi, hayibo, ngakugcina nini? Listen, I'm doing a show. Wena wenza show, uyithatha phi show wena? Athi awungiyeka wena, ngenza show, I want you to work.
Yeah.
And I always look back and go, oh, remember that trip?
Moments of goodness.
Remember that trip when we went to Mpumalanga?
Yeah.
And already I was MaBlerh, umngani Akhumzi nan, but I saw this young guy and whatever, and I said, come, have a drink with us. People remember those moments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People remember those moments. There's a guy who's now, he's doing very well. I don't want to say Kamalake because it's TV. But Meslala, we are very good friends today. Uhlalesh uthi sasise Richards Bay. Uthi we were traveling and there's a bunch of celebrities. I've always been around all these famous people. They've always been friends. Uthi, the one thing that I'll never forget is how you treated us. They used to work for a local TV station here. And in that moment, because I treat people as just, I don't care about that. I'm not going to associate myself because that means nothing to me. I associate myself with people that I like, and I treat you with goodness and kindness. I'm an energy mirror. What you give me, though, you might get back, amplified back to you. Guys, have you guys had something to drink? That was in 2012. It's 2023. Usakhuluma ngayo le muntu. In that moment, angikhohlwa. And those are the things that I strive for. Ukuthi just, and they will sustain you. And that's what sustains me.
Yeah.
Those relationships, the solid relationships that you build with people. Yeah.
But I still want to emphasize the point of how do you feel about the industry being infiltrated by people with big social media numbers? Do you feel it's just an evolution of the industry, or
you know what it is? I cannot sit here because of God's grace in my life, and look back and then start commenting and gatekeeping and saying those kind of things.
Yeah.
Because I've been gatekept, whatever you call it. So do what works for you, loko nako, that can get you in.
I hear you.
And if it's your social media presence gets you in there, go for it. And when you are in there, respect that craft. Hamba ke, okay, sharp usungenile laphayana ngenxa Instagram. And we are born ukuthi engathi khona la ulekha khona nani. Thola some help. Go do your research, lalela, listen to abantu who are doing, watch the people, because you only become the best by observing the best. So hamba ke, go and hone your skill. Kunabantu that I respect. I don't want to mention people's names again. Like uthola ukuthi wangena ku industry and wangena kuthiwa you don't have talent nan. And bahamba, they went and made sure ukuthi, excuse me, they went and made sure ukuthi they get the necessary tools to be able, because you're inside now.
Yeah.
So whatever, do what, as I said, we're going back again. I don't knock the hustler.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do. I respect a good hustle. So I love J-Lo. Love a good hustle. Love J-Lo. But she can't sing. And then J-Lo is like, look at my streaming numbers.
Yeah, I'm at the top.
Look at my streaming numbers. Clearly I'm doing something somebody loves.
Yeah.
Look at these awards. I'm okay. How are you when underground soul singer, what, I'm a thespian. How are you doing?
Yeah.
How are you doing? Because kunabantu, I know there are probably some people that went to the school of presenting what that probably look at me and go, oh my God, that guy is not. And I'm just like, Oksalayo, I did it.
We're almost at the end of our conversation. I love that we were deliberate about one, Askulmanga Ngabantu. It was all about you. And this show is about how a person engineered their life. So as much as people can know you for perhaps broadcasting in radio and TV, your music journey as well, but I needed people to understand the psyche and the heart behind what makes you who you are. And one of my parting questions that I'd like to ask is, do you believe you've discovered your life's purpose?
Yes, I have. And I say it at the end of my radio show. Be kind to one another, because the one thing that this world could use is just a little bit of more kindness. And that for me, I love when I walk into the room and make somebody feel good. That brings, Yabona, do you know the high that I get when I do something for somebody and they say, God bless you?
Yeah.
Literally, that for me is my heroin. It's my cocaine. It gives me a rush. It's like, there's a part where Thanos puts the Infinity Stone and goes, I get exactly that rush.
Yeah.
And I collect those. I collect them like Infinity Stones. That ukuthatha umuntu uNkulunkulu akubusise abe nawe ngiyabonga. And so mina, I feel that my life purpose is to be that person to people that I encounter. Obviously, I bite. I do. I don't want to sit here and lie. I bite. But I try not to. Ngibone abantu yabona abantu abadelelayo ayitshela ukuthi une skill special. I'm like, there's nothing special about you. Spewing vitriol, there's nothing special about you. We all can do that.
Yeah, we can all tap into that.
We can all tap into that. In fact, I'm very good at it. Those sharp comebacks lawa that sting and what ukudelela, very, very good at it. Ngikhulele emlazi. If ungakwazi ukukhuluma emlazi uphendule umuntu mekujwayela kabi ububa isilima. I grew up in a house filled with women.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the one thing that you learn ngokukhula kunabantu besifazane endlini ufunda ukwazi ukukhuluma.
Yeah.
Because wonke umuntu is here and you're full. But maturity and growing up, you learn ukuthi actually the greater skill to learn is to not be that person. When somebody is saying something and you go, if only you knew, ukuthi I could snap you within 1.2 seconds. But right now, I'm not going to do it because it doesn't matter and it doesn't serve anything. Obviously, when somebody pushes you to that moment, then you bite. Because awukhishiwe amazinyo. You bite. And then they go, how? What in Jayena? Une kindness, nani mzwile ukuthi utheni kimi. I'm just like, at that moment, that was not my best moment, but it happened. So my thing is just to be the best shining light that I possibly can for the people that are my support structures, the people that are in my life, the people, because I've got, and that's another thing. Mengikhuluma ngokuthi I'm not in control. uNkulunkulu has blessed me with individuals in my life where ngiyazi ukuthi the chips can fall to the abyss, but I'm carried. You know, ngiyazi, you know, in my personal life, kunabantu that I look at and I go, I know you've got me. I know that you've got me. And uNkulunkulu wangihlelela leyo nto, wangihlelela nje ukuthi nginabantu that I know ukuthi they've got me. Yeah. So I try to be a beacon. Just bring light, man. Even the type of entertainment that I do, Lungelo. Even my tweets, it's all about, can I make you happy?
Let's be light and laugh.
Let's just, can you log on to MaBlerh's Twitter account and just have a laugh? And that changes in that moment. Can you listen to my radio show and just be entertained? Can you watch me and just be entertained? That's all I want. And if that is my legacy, the day I'm no longer actually, the one thing that I liked about that guy is that he made me feel good. Then
MaBlerh, abanye babazi njengomthokozisi blessing.
Wow, my ID, man.
The show is Engineer Your Life, and I'm Lungelo KM. I tried to really unpack him for you. I think he has a lengthy story, like most people who are doing exceptionally well in their lives, and I hope to see him continue to do so well in his life. MaBlerh, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I hope you guys can finally decide for yourselves whether he's Team Nonku Williams or not. Ankaz.
Wait. Can we address? I actually love each and every one of those ladies. And if you didn't get to see that, then you were not watching the show that I watched. I actually love all of them. And I feel that they are entertaining, and I feel that they are brave for sharing parts of their lives like that, because as I said, I would never do that.
Intensely.
It's so intensely. Yeah. The fact that they're willing to do that on TV, I respect and admire all of them. And they're human, guys. And they make mistakes. Obviously, phela mfana ngibuze. Mina ngibuza izinto ezibuzo yinina, and then ubuyele kumina. I'm like, no, you guys wanted to know that. Anyway,
so that's his answer. So basically what I got, he's still Team Nonku. I'll see you in the next episode.